Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. The Apple event this year has already come and gone. Here is the email announcement for it that I received last August 27. I did not watch the broadcast because it is all pre-recorded anyway, and I don't know when Apple is ever going to return to their good old actual live presentations on a stage in front of live people. On those pre-recorded segments, everyone always looks so awkward and unreal. It's actually a little painful and cringy for me to watch, so I just watch the summary after the event. I mean, the summaries that the other YouTubers upload about the event. Anyway, in that event, which happened in September 10 in my country, the Apple Watch Series 10 was announced, and there are not much changes except for the larger screen, thinner body, new colors, a new material, new watch faces, and additional apps. The rumors of the massive redesign did not happen. It's still basically the same Apple Watch as the Series 9, just slightly different with some improvements. So because I'm already on the Series 9 ever since May of this year, I thought I might as well have an Apple Watch Series 9 appreciation video in which I share with you my favorite features of the Apple Watch Series 9. I have an unboxing of the Series 9 on my channel and I will link it down below. Please note that before the Series 9, I have been on the Series 2 exclusively and consistently every single day, as close to 24 hours a day ever since I purchased that watch in January of 2017. So the Series 9 is a tremendous upgrade for me. And now that I have been using the Series 9 for about 4 months already, I think I am in a pretty good position to talk about its features based on my own real-life experience with the watch. These are my favorite features and apps of the Apple Watch Series 9. They are arranged in no particular order because they're all much appreciated by me and they're all useful to me in the same degree. The first feature that I really like about the Series 9 is the battery life. Apple says the Series 9 has a battery life of 18 hours, but in my experience, it's actually more than 24 hours, even with the always-on display. I still have to charge the watch every other day, but I have no problems with that because I have been using the Apple Watch since January 2017, so I'm so used to charging my watch already. The Series 9 supports fast charging anyway, so I can charge from maybe 20% to 100% in around 45 minutes. While I'm charging the Series 9, I just wear my Series 2, which is still alive, and it also has its own watch stand. But the cable in it no longer attaches to a power socket. I snipped that off because I charged the Series 2 on this one that came with the Series 9. And then when the Series 2 is fully charged, I just transfer it back to its own stand. My next favorite feature of the Series 9 is on-device Siri. Now, Siri has been around for more than a decade, and my Series 2 watch already had Siri, but it was very slow based on my experience. The reason for the slowness of Siri before is that Siri was actually not on the watch. It was on the phone and dependent on the internet connection on the phone. Siri was only replicated on the watch. But with the Series 9, Siri is already literally on the watch itself, and some questions and commands are not even dependent on an internet connection anymore, so it's really fast. This is super useful, really, so I use Siri on my watch to set timers and alarms, ask for times in different time zones, and to actually dial the phone numbers of certain people. Also, coming from the old Series 2, the apps of the Series 9 are already unfamiliar to me. It's unfamiliar to me where they are, so I just instruct Siri to use the app. For instance, if I need to go on the treadmill, I just say, Siri, start indoor walk.
Starting your workout.
And it's all good. Another use for this feature is when I'm driving and I need to know if anyone sent me an urgent message, I just instruct Siri to read my notifications to me without me ever having to take my eyes off the road. My next favorite feature of the Series 9 is the double tap, which I often use for ending calls, for dismissing alerts, for stopping timers and alarms, and for checking my smart stacks. The double tap is also super useful when a notification comes up that I've been waiting for, but I am out and about when it comes in. Maybe I'm carrying bags around or something, but I do need to see the notification. Instead of using my other hand to tap the watch, which I cannot do because I'm carrying bags or something, and instead of asking Siri to read my notification to me, which can be awkward when I am in a crowded place, I just double tap to read the notification. See what it says. Double tap. Super useful, so I won't have to use my nose to tap on my watch. My next favorite feature on the Series 9 is sleep tracking. I suffer from insomnia because of anxiety, and the Series 9 is pretty good at tracking sleep cycles, which is core sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, and times when I am awake but should be asleep, and that all depends on the sleep schedule that I have set on my Sleep app. The summary can be seen in detail on my phone. Here are some screen grabs of what I can see on the sleep tracking on my phone. The watch tracks the sleep, the phone shows the results. Tracking sleep does not cure insomnia or anxiety, but there is some miraculous nights in which I actually sleep normally, and it's nice to see those documented from time to time. That way I can have some analysis of what I did before going to sleep that helped in making me sleep better on that particular night. This also means that anytime sleep gets worse, we would know. Because if you already have insomnia, sometimes we don't even notice that it's getting worse. But the sleep tracker always notices any changes, and you can use that information to decide whether or not we want to get medical intervention for the insomnia. Now, the Series 10 has a tracker for sleep apnea, but thankfully I do not have sleep apnea yet. I hope I never get it, but it's nice to know that there's an Apple Watch that can track it if I ever do get that medical condition, but for now, I'm glad to say that I don't need it. This brings me to my next favorite feature on the Series 9, which is the blood oxygen app. Now, even if you don't have the Series 10 with a detector for sleep apnea, you can tell if you probably have sleep apnea if your blood oxygen levels are registered on your health app as 90% or lower several times during one night, like 6, 7, 10, 15 times a night. That is almost always an indicator that your breathing has become obstructed during sleep. Let me show you my blood oxygen history on my phone, which my Series 9 has tracked over time. As you can see, sometimes I get 90% blood oxygen once a night, but it's never really lower than that. Some nights I don't get even below 90%, so that is okay. So this is why blood oxygen tracking is important and useful even if we don't have the sleep apnea detector on the Series 9. But I have a panic disorder, which sometimes comes with hypoventilation, which feels a lot like hyperventilation. Those are two completely different things, but if you hypoventilate, you can get very low blood oxygen levels. That is called hypoxia, which can make you faint. By the way, my blood oxygen app in my Series 9 is on. It is operational. It's working because I bought my watch in my country, the Philippines. I believe this app is disabled on watches purchased in the United States. Another feature that I like a lot on the Series 9 is the ECG app, which can be useful during panic attack because panic attacks come with tachycardia or a high heart rate, which the Apple Watch can also measure, by the way. It has a different app for the heart rate measurement. Panic attacks alone cannot kill you. Tachycardia alone or a high heart rate alone cannot kill you. But because tachycardia is an electrical problem, if you already have a pre-existing electrical problem with your heart, the tachycardia that comes with your panic attack can make your attacks more dangerous than usual. I have low electricity on the left bundle of my heart. I've been diagnosed with that years ago, which I mentioned in one of my old vlogs. So knowing my ECG at the moment of tachycardia is helpful in deciding what I should do next. Usually by the time I get to the emergency room and hooked up to their ECG machine, the tachycardia and panic attack may have already abated a little, so the reading is no longer an accurate and full depiction of the panic attack. So having an ECG app on the Series 9 is very helpful to show my doctor during consultations. The gathered history can help give him a clearer picture of the condition of my heart. The next feature that I really like about the Series 9 is the crash and fall detection. I drive more often now along highways because I now live an hour away from everything else that I need. Highways in the Philippines are not very safe to begin with, and it's just useful to have a watch that can call my emergency people in case I do get into a crash. When the watch detects a crash, it will ask me if I'm okay. If I don't respond right away, it will call my emergency people and inform them of what happened and where I am exactly. Same thing will happen if I ever fall. Of course, I hope I don't fall or get into a car crash ever, but just in case that happens, my emergency people will know and they can find a way to get to me right away or send help to me right away. In my unboxing video of my Series 9, I mentioned that this is actually one of the main reasons why I had to buy the Series 9. We were moving to a place that's an hour away and I don't feel safe driving in our highway. The next feature that I like a lot on the Series 9 is the brighter display. I can see the display super clearly now, even in super bright sunlight. Because of the brighter display, the flashlight app is actually more functional as a flashlight because it's bright enough to illuminate what I need to see. The next feature that I like a lot on my Series 9 is the infographic watch face. I did not have this on my Series 2, and my favorite watch face for the Series 2 is the modular watch face right here. But now that I can use the infograph watch face on the Series 9, it is my favorite watch face already because of the 8 different complications with glanceable information. Right now on my infograph watch face, the only non-glanceable complication I have is the heart rate app, which I placed here only because I need super quick access to that app because of my panic disorder. But all other complications on here are glanceable information like today's date, the temperature, battery level of the watch, UV level, which is very useful to help me decide what time to put on sunscreen, weather forecast, digital time, and rain probability. But this actually is not a very nice watch face when I'm filming videos for my vlog because today's date does not show the month. So I always switch to this modular watch face when filming videos for my vlogs, which I do to establish date and time right on the video, and I just show my watch on camera showing this watch face instead of the infograph watch face. And that's fine really, it's so easy to switch watch faces on the Apple Watch, but I am still hoping that eventually the Series 9 will get the modular Ultra watch face that has the month and day of the week displayed, plus the time and 6 more complications, 3 at the top and another 3 at the bottom. Right now that's available only for the Ultra watches, but I'm hoping that it will be made available to the Series 9 eventually. And the last feature that I really like on the Series 9 is that I can still use all my old bands from the Series 2. If you have used the Apple Watch long enough, you may have gathered a bunch of watch bands, sometimes not intentionally, because watch bands can get boring after a while, so we tend to buy a new one. And it's so easy to change bands on the Apple Watch anyway, and third-party watch bands are getting cheaper and cheaper by the year. So I'm glad that I can still use all of the watch bands that I managed to buy over the years. I have a video about all of my watch bands, and I will link it down below. So, those are the features and apps that are my favorite on the Apple Watch Series 9. There are other features of the Apple Watch in general that I also like that come in all Apple Watches, not just for the Series 9. For instance, I can choose what notifications to get and what not to get, so I can zone out if I want to. My email notifications for the Apple Watch are turned off. Also, like I said earlier, it's easy to switch to a different watch face for different situations. Also, we can swim and shower with the watch if needed. Although, because I sometimes use a leather band, I don't bring my watch to the shower. But if we ever need to swim laps, we can use the watch to track that workout. We just need to switch to the silicone watch band. And remember to eject the water from the watch right after. And by the way, the only reason why I feel the need to wear my Apple Watch while showering is because I'm afraid of falling. I am quite accident prone. I have fallen before and have broken my wrist. The vlog will be linked down below. The fall detection feature of the Series 9 is super useful for that. I think I made the right decision to buy the Series 9 when I did, instead of waiting around for the Series 10, basing on all of the rumors that I have been seeing at that time. There was blood glucose tracking and blood pressure monitoring, and a new band mechanism. The blood pressure could have been pretty useful to me, but none of that actually turned out to be true. I already needed the watch then, and I did buy it during the 5/5 sale, which gave me a discount of about 5,000 pesos or around 90 US dollars. And I purchased the watch using my credit line, which had a really low interest rate at that time because of the sale. So it's all good. Obviously, the Series 9 has so many more useful and helpful features than the ones that I have discussed, but these are just my top favorites. I'm happy with the Series 9, which has everything I need in terms of safety and health and productivity, and I plan to use this for as long as I can, hopefully for as long as I used my Series 2, which was 7 years. And that is my little Apple Watch Series 9 appreciation video. I hope you enjoyed and learned a couple of new things. I also hope that you consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Thanks so much for that, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!